why I invite Katalin Tarr from the Clean Air Action Group of Hungary. Please, go ahead.
Thank you very much, and thank you for the opportunity of being involved in this event, especially because it's in my hometown, Budapest. I'm really thrilled about this opportunity. So I'm from a local environmental NGO called Clean Air Action Group. However, I'm in the Ecoforum delegation, and I'm honored to represent 10 NGOs in a huge, broad territory from the Netherlands to Kyrgyzstan. Each of us are working on our shared challenges to fight the environmental and health challenges that we all face. So to your question about our involvement, I am glad to say that we are already deeply involved in these actions and I'm sorry, regarding the implementation of the Budapest Declaration. For example, let's look at air pollution. We have been working hard for many years to advocate for the alignment of our national and EU legislation with the WHO air quality guidelines. And actually last week we had a big victory in the EU. The European Parliament has approved a very ambitious report, which can, which if it will go into legislation and implementation, then we will be really just a few steps away from having cleaner air, and as a consequence, thousands or even millions of lives will be saved. So that's something that we have been working very hard, us as a group of NGOs, and well, this is not only about the EU, but the larger region should follow through. So the governments of Eastern Europe, Caucasus, and Central Asia, please follow through. And then we could endlessly list our contribution. Just an example about chemicals. Just a few miles from, a few kilometers from this venue and from the center of Budapest, for many years, thousands of tons of toxic waste such as DDT or carcinogenic benzene was stored, laying around on the ground, and thanks to a big part to our work together with local residents, our campaigns, finally these chemicals were removed from the site and destroyed. Another example, just one, is about creating greener and climate resilient and safer cities. We have residents, everyday people here in Budapest and all over in Europe, planting trees, adopting trees, organizing school streets, cycling actions, sometimes even partially illegally, to make our cities greener and healthier. And these are small steps, but every square meter matters. Every square meter that we can make greener and free from motorized traffic to make our cities healthier and more resilient. So shortly, without civil society, our countries would be doing much worse on environment and health. And of course, it would be very valuable to further increase civil society contributions. Unfortunately, in many countries of our region, governments are actually trying to limit civil society engagement and public participations, undermining the legal and financial basis of our work. For example, in Kyrgyzstan, they have been trying to pass foreign agent laws to criminalize NGOs. This is just one example. This is unfortunately a trend in many other countries. So let me conclude by providing a to-do list of 3 points that we find necessary to increase our participation. First, we need to extend public participation rights and stop criminalizing civil society. We need a dialogue. We need critical thinkers everywhere and doers. A diversity of opinions is really important. It's a bit like biodiversity. We know that biodiversity makes us more resilient and stronger. And similarly, a diversity of opinions also makes our societies, our decisions, our policies stronger and better founded. So please create seats at the decision-making tables for diverse civil society organizations, not just as a decoration, but also by sharing power. Then my second point would be to build on good civil society practices. We heard a lot of these practices during this conference, and integrate them into national programs and legislations, such as an intervention today from Kyrgyzstan about very important actions to improve the safety and health of millions of school children in Kyrgyzstan. That's an example for that, but we know plenty of examples. And then finally, a final to-do item that we should do, provide support and resources. Often we are being asked to do lots of things for nothing, but we NGOs are experts, and we often do. We are often much more efficient and effective in engaging citizens and local communities to raise broad awareness on health and the environment. We are able to translate these policies and science-based information to local communities. So therefore, we as civil society are keen on acting in partnership with all partners. So do come to us. We look forward. Thank you to your precious attention.
Thank you.